Alright. Normally I don't do this, but this year we're gonna do this. This is my 2018 walk around. We're gonna start in the garage here. I know I'm a wire nut too, but as you can see, we got a few things. Chalkboard paint is amazing for the cabinets. I can get all my channels laid out. If I have any questions for number of pixels, I got my IPs. I got everything set up on chalkboard paint right here. Starting from right to left, this is the old laptop from 2004 that I've been running my show with. This year I upgraded, so that's kind of gone. It's still running XP. Just use it for Zoom meeting stuff while I'm sequencing and programming. Don't mind the beer. Little 4-port switch there. I got the timer for my motion lights out in front of my house. My Raspberry Pi, which has been sitting there for almost 3 years. I just like running the computer. Making changes and switching everything is much easier. My Renard SS24 that I built and loved. This was my second year. I got 2 of these. I'm still utilizing one for some of the AC effects and the stuff the wife likes. That's the whole outside of the house, which we'll talk about. And I know the wiring's horrible. I will upgrade it all during the spring. But there's the Falcon. And there's my 4 Falcon with my distro power. And my 3 power supplies. I know somebody's going to say, you don't have enough power supplies, or, you know, someone's going to hate on this, but I don't care. My show works. It's great. My FM radio in my garage, and then, of course, my all-in-one PC I got that I use. We go over here. That's the power for the light to disable the street light across the street. Didn't need it this year. LEDs were bright enough. And then, of course, my FM transmitter, which works just perfect. And as you can see, I can just sit here with my Zoom meeting, Sunday football, and I have everything sitting right here. As we go outside, I've done a video on how I made my pillars and how I mounted my icicles. As you can see, I'm taking them down little by little with 12-hour work days. I got like an hour of light to actually take these down. And then again, the Boscoyo mini trees 180. It's kind of confidential, but Boscoyo also made the other thing up there for a friend of a friend. Thanks, Brian Page. And then, oh, front window, of course, is wrapped. 2 columns. We'll look at that real quick. This will probably be a matrix next year. I just made an 8 out of PVC. Anchored everything in. But like I said, that will probably be a matrix. Coming back to the garage, the out hole in the garage, and I know the wiring, I'm embarrassed by it, but most of the year I'm able to keep the wiring harness for my AC and most of my lights hidden. There's my 14 10-watt floods, Pixie floods, love them. Made them, built them, put them in the case. Has a great effect. 20 watts are good, but 10, you put more of them and it actually gives you an effect for chases and fading, and it just looks nicer on the house in my opinion. Of course, one of the retro motion detectors running off the timer. Yes, and this will all be picked up. In the spring, I'm going to change to actually 18.3. I run 22.4. Someone's going to complain and say, oh, you can't do that. Well, you know what? I did it, and it worked fine. So, I had the columns here. I already took this one down. I took this one down. Everybody stopped delivering to my house because I covered up my numbers, so I had to put the second set of numbers up. I got my 180, it's not even a mega tree, small tree, wannabe tree up there. And then I got my Boscoyo again stars. Frame the outside of my windows upstairs, which those will be probably some sort of matrix. Oh, another motion light. The 3 windows and the mega tree, which I already took down. Well, I don't know, mega tree. It's about 700 pixels, 8 feet high. Is actually concreted in here with a base and stands from the bottom of the base. It stands 8 feet high and then comes down. As you can see, don't come steal my stuff until I can get it in storage. There's my Matt Johnson arches, which I love, 3 of them. There's the icicles that I've already taken down. So it's pretty simple. Of course, I have cameras, AC channels, wires everywhere. This is going to be the year of wire management. More 10-watt pixels with the plugs for the icicles. I already took those down. And then of course I have my hidden back here, I have my dipole antenna. And as you can see, which I didn't need to, I got my 3-watt laser, which was kind of a side project just to do. That laser, if plugged in, actually turns off that street light perfectly. But for liability reasons and having, 20 people parked out in front of my house, I did not want to have that liability of somebody getting mad. I will post my Xlights around the world. So it actually came out nice. If I had 4 hours of sunlight, I could take all of this down because it's so modular in the way it's plugged in. But right now, that can't happen. So we're working on it. In another day, 2, maybe 3, everything will be taken down and ready for the 4th of July. And then starting October next year, we're going to do it again. Thanks for watching. Hope somebody saw something, learned something. If you have any questions, just send me a message.